Wayne, with you, did you watch the final resting time for Prince Philip? The funeral service was televised across the nation and across the world. I had a look at it, and it was a poignant moment. I was preparing for our Sunday service at the time and was really quite apt, I guess, be able to put into our Sunday service the idea of servanthood and the fact that Prince Philip was a servant to the people all those years and the nearly 1,000 charities that he involved himself with. But the service itself, what did you make of the response to COVID-19 in Britain, the social distancing situation, the fact of just 30 people allowed into the funeral, including Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, how she sat alone, looked like a forlorn figure in a way. It just seemed sad. The rest of her family all were on the opposite benches. It just didn't seem to be appropriate or right the way in which the seats were arranged. I guess there's some particular aspect of royalty to the way in which she was there all by herself on one side. I recognise too the family groups and all of those sorts of things sitting together. But when you're the royal family, I guess you're all one big family, aren't you? Maybe not a happy one, although there was the breaking of the ice after the funeral with Harry and William, and it did seem that there was, as the procession did occur of the Land Rover coffin, that there was sort of a forlornness about that, but it did echo, I guess, the way in which they do funerals in Britain. The people across Britain, certainly their hearts are going out to Queen Elizabeth II, and I think around the Commonwealth and certainly here in Australia too, there is a lot of folk that are watching with interest. She does turn 95 years old, and this is a very solemn moment. Just a few days away is her actual birthday. We celebrated here in June, but it is in fact in April. So we'll be watching with interest as she turns 95. She now is on her own. Her chief advisor, her principal person in her life is gone. I know many people that have lost that loved one in the latter part of life. It's an enormous shock, and it doesn't matter who you are and it doesn't matter what your role is, but this lady still works at the age of 95. Remember the red box, it doesn't go away. You still have to sign things and you still have to be at things, and I'm sure that over the next week or so there'll be another couple of weeks where the Queen will take some time, but they do say that she's back at work and actually involving herself in the affairs of state that she has to as the monarch of a Commonwealth of Nations, to which even Australia and some of our materials that come through from our parliaments have an impact in the Commonwealth. It is that by royal assent that our laws are made. So what a incredible lady she is, what a strong woman she is, what a figure of strength she has been through the loss of her husband. What at the same time was interesting to see Prince Charles and his closeness to the situation. It did feel like there wasn't any closeness in it, but I guess that's the COVID-19 situation. They weren't looking to be accused of breaching any protocols, and so I think there might be more to that than meets the eye. But it was a very poignant moment in history with Prince Philip and his funeral at the age of 99.